I'm doing a pre-flight now. This is pretty much we have to do every time we fly in the morning, the first day, and we do a pre-flight and then post-flight after we fly at the end of the day. Just make sure the airplane is ready for flight. No squawks, no discrepancies. Make sure the airplane is safe to fly.
Their Bibles he's taking to Hitaripa. That's where I live.
I'm gonna go to Hitaripa to pick up passengers. We have a patient there, emergency, and I'm gonna using Mike Alpha Bravo. Coming back to Nabire, I will go with Papa Oscar going to Beoga, Mulia, and Sentani. The flight will be 1 hour going to Italipa and then 1 hour back, so about 2 hours. It is a place where we have a missionary one of missionaries there from CMA. She is working there, and this barang, this stuff is for her from the ministry, that the language that she's been working on. It's very kind of marginal airstrip too, and it's nice it's located on in the small valley, and it's not that hard airstrip, but it's challenging one for new pilots.
Papa Victor, Papa Bravo.
Bravo, Nabire.
Nabire, Bravo.
Hey, yeah, so you know the weather's good in Italipa.
I've been in MAF since 2005. 2005 I started MAF. Back in '98. My dad was in MAF. I was with MAF small. I grew up in Nabire too. And I was thinking maybe I can have my love of flying and also the ministry, and join it together will be a good fix, I guess. I got my license back in 2005. I went to Moody, Tennessee. I was thinking for a while, before I chose MF, I was going to an Army, Air Force, but it didn't happen. And then I went to nurse school, that's civilian school for that, but God has another way, and I chose MF. Like I said, it was kind of open opportunity for me, plus love of aviation and the ministry joined together. I love to fly in the Papua area, just surfing this area, and MAF is kind of one of them. It's been great, and I'm loving it. A lot of challenging, but other than great, it's just great. That's a lot of experience, good one, bad one, scary one, all fixed in one. Yeah, some of the good experience is just when you go somewhere else and you have emergency, sometimes you think, wow, should I go there and then fix and help these guys? Whereas just go home and then forget those. But when you find out you went there and then you find out, oh man, yeah, if I were not choosing to go there for the passenger or for the patient, I don't know what his life can be. And it's nice to see you can help people and how great it is. It was fun. And people's lives to save, and kind of, that's a different pressure, not different, call that, different satisfaction in yourself when you know, wow, you can help someone.
At the moment, MAF is, I mean, since it came here, its goal has been supporting missions and supporting churches, and it's still doing that. That is still the goal. That's still the primary focus. Since we first started, where the majority of our work was supporting missionaries, it's changed somewhat over the years because the churches have become a lot more established and a lot more self-sufficient, and so now supporting Western missionaries has become less of a focus or less of a demand on our time and resources, and supporting the national church has become a very, very large part of our work. So now the national church is busy. You know, their people are flying back and forth, seminars, conferences, synods, meetings of this, that, and the other, and so a large percentage of our work for the church now is for the national church. Besides besides the church work that we do, there's the regular community flying that we do. Aside from air transport, there's no other way to move around the country. There are some other commercial operators that work around here too. They don't serve all the places. In fact, they serve most of the small places. They don't serve, so most of the small villages rely completely on MAF for their flight service. So yeah, food and medicine bringing into the village, development projects, water projects, health training, those sorts of teams and those sorts of projects go on. So we fly for those people. The government subsidises a lot of the village's interior for food, for rice, particularly when they don't have good seasons interior for their own produce. Obviously, you know, our first priority is to serve the church, and we can't always serve the church from Nabire, so when we need to get to another place to serve church's interior, yeah, we pick up whoever and whatever loading and passengers we need to place ourselves where we need to do our priority flying. So
It's good weather, and a family. They're going to Timika. They're a patient. They want to get Timika because she's ready for labor. So we changed plane. Instead of going to Bilogai, we're going to Nabire, and then she will get the airplane from Nabire to Timika.
We carry all sorts of passengers, from missionaries, church leaders, government officials, the general public. Today I did a medical emergency flight to pick up a guy that had fallen out of a tree, and then the tree fell on him. Took him to Wamena to get some medical attention. Famine relief. Sometimes we've had areas that have been drought ridden, and so we fly in food supplies for them, medical supplies for the local clinics, all sorts of stuff. Building supplies for community development projects. Back in the States where I grew up was about 10 minutes from the MAF headquarters, and so there was quite a few MAF pilots in my home church, and just growing up hearing their stories and hearing what the work they were doing with MAF kind of inspired me to want to do the same. So after high school I went and got my mechanic's license so that I could work on planes, and then my pilot license as well. So yeah, ever since about junior high school, that's what felt the Lord lead me towards flying with MAF.
Area traffic, Mike Alpha Oscar 10 miles to the west of Go, coming from Wallachia at 1,300 feet. We'll be landing on the river at Go.
I've been flying since '91, so about 16 years, but I've been in Papua here 10 years flying for MAF. There's lots of different ones that kind of hit home to me. When you're doing a bunch of medical emergencies that help save lives, that's always a joy to do. And one time I was flying the Caravan, and in one flight, I stopped 3 different places to pick up people to take them to Merauke. And I had people laying in the Caravan on the floor, 2 people that one was wounded by an arrow in the stomach area, a lady that couldn't give birth and her baby had passed away, and they couldn't get the baby out, so I had her in my plane, as well as a cleft palate child, the one that didn't have a cleft palate. So we were taking them all out to Merauke to get medical attention. So yeah, in one day I had all those medical emergencies, and yeah, I was able to get those people to the help they needed. So yeah, weather in Papua is always challenging. Different times of the year it's more challenging than others, but yeah, we have to daily make decisions on weather and whether we can get into places. And yeah, it's not easy to decline flights because of weather, but sometimes that's what has to happen. But weather changes quick here. Yeah, when you're in the mountains and storms come up, they come up quick, and winds come up, and then it just makes it too hazardous to fly. So generally we get off as soon as the sun comes up. We're airborne 6 o'clock in the morning, so we can get our flights done before, most of our flights done before 1 o'clock, and that helps avoid a lot of the foul weather in the afternoons. Yep, I've been stuck a couple of times. Clouds and weather can move pretty quick, and sometimes it takes a little longer to unload and load. So yeah, I've been stuck. Yeah, 3 times I've overnighted, and every time, one time here up in India, I was with 2 guys, national pastors that were back in the time when Stan Dale was there. That was one of the missionaries that was martyred by the Yale people, and so it was kind of neat to sit around the stove and the fire and talk to them about their experience. Because one of them actually was working with Stan Dale one time when he had gotten shot with arrows, about an 8-hour or 10-hour hike down valley, and all night they hiked back to India. He had, broken the arrows off, and he'd gone back to India. And this is the guy that actually was under his arm helping him all the way back to India, so it was kind of neat to talk to him. Another time I got stuck in Langda. Trying to think of it. It was a Dutch family there. Yeah, I got stuck there once with them and had to overnight. Got in, the clouds closed all day long. The clouds were closed. So I spent the night. The next morning it was beautiful, so I got off early. But yeah, we're 4,100. We'll be climbing up to about 10,500. Yeah, today we do have an instrument route we can take, but we'd have to be 3,000 feet higher, and then we could go through clouds. Not at this altitude. The rules for flying in the clouds, you need to be 2,000 feet above any mountain or anything you'd hit, 5 miles each side of your plane and about 20 miles in front of you. So yeah, right now there's some hills over to our left that are probably about 9,800, and we're at 9,800 right now. So if we went in the clouds and got lost and didn't know exactly where we were, we could hit those. So we have to be real high if we're going to go through clouds and to keep clearances. We usually make a circle over the airstrip looking for any kind of people or animals or anything that could be on the airstrip that could affect our landing. Checking the winds, make sure there's what the winds are, because sometimes too much wind we can't go into an airstrip. So if there's no windsock, sometimes the windsock's been deteriorating in the sun. You look for little fires and smoke in the valley to help kind of give you a visual of what the winds are doing in the valley.
I'm from Australia originally. I was born and raised in Western Australia, and my wife is from Canada, and she was born and raised here as a daughter of a missionary. She was raised here as daughter of a missionary, and we've been here with MAF since 2002. August 2002 we came to language school first into Bandung, and we've been in Nabire right here for 4 years now. While I was still in high school, I already wanted to be a pilot then, and I had exposure to MAF through my grandparents, who were involved in a missions project in Papua New Guinea, and they had magazines from MAF Australia, and so that gave me the idea of flying with a missions application, So then, yeah, as I got older, that idea got became more and more solid, more and more real, and yeah, over time I thought too that was a good, worthwhile use of my life, of my career. I could just as easily have used this career or this lifestyle to just for fun or for finding a job that would give me a comfortable lifestyle. But there's more to life than that. So I thought, well, this is a good way to combine what God's given me for talents for flying with service for Him as well. And so that was kind of what kept this on track towards missions. In Papua, there's six MAF bases around the island, and I have no idea how many airstrips there are, but it's probably 200 or so across the island altogether. Some of them we fly to a couple times a day. Others we only get to once a month. Depends on the type of service that's needed there and the reasons we're going there. The airstrips vary from one extreme to the other in terms of difficulty. There are the ones that are easy. Obviously, most of our home bases are at larger airports like Nabire, so it's no problem coming home to Nabire. It's not much of a challenge. Big runways, asphalt sealed, but interior they're mostly small, and because they're building them in mountainous terrain, they tend to follow the shape of the terrain. So if it's a steep mountain, it's a steep airstrip, and if it's a piece of flat ground out in the lowlands, it's a flat airstrip. And because it's so hard to make an airstrip, it takes so much so many man hours to make an airstrip. They only make it as big as they need to, no bigger. So most of the airstrips interior are quite challenging to use.
That way, and that covers our expenses here and salary here, and then all the money that we get from all our operations here goes back to maintaining our operation here in Papua. So yeah, we all have to raise our own support, and until we get that, we don't come out. So yeah.
We are as well. Most of our support comes out of Western Australia from members in the congregations in the area where I grew up in Western Australia. We also have some support come out of Canada from our churches over there too. There's a vent out of the fuel tank that comes out under the wing here, and it's supposed to be a fairly clear, fairly free-flowing vent, but we're blowing on it to test it, and it feels like it's got a blockage in it. So Matt, our mechanic, is going to have a look at that and see what the problem is. This airplane works very well in this area. We're very happy with it. It performs well. It performs well into rough, short airstrips. It hauls a decent amount of cargo, and as far as we've experienced, it's quite reliable too. So yeah, we like using this airplane. Yeah, we do the maintenance here on base. We have a maintenance specialist here that is based here full-time, and the two other pilots that are here are mechanics as well, so they take care of the maintenance of the airplanes. We can take 5 passengers, and depending on how far we need to fly, about 400 kilos.
Yes, I'm pretty much finding my way here. We are going to Karubaga Pass, Bokondini, which is in front of us, and we'll see the weather there. And that's why we're gonna decide whether we're gonna go north side or stay in the south side. Yes, I can see the weather is kind of building up on this side here, whereas the north side is kind of a little bit opening, even though you can see there's a lot of build-up, but usually it's better there because it's a lot brighter. Here, a little bit darker. And you see, I'm gonna make a report here. 120.0 traffic, Mike Papa, Oscar, Mamina to Nabire, position is Karubaga. Bokondini Pass, 12,500, switching 122.0. 122.0 traffic, Mike Papa Oscar from Wamena to Nabire, position Karubaga Bokondini Pass, maintaining 12,500. We'll be going via Molia area, weather permitting. Karubaga, which is in front of us there. And usually if the weather is good, we can go there to Ilu area and then Mulia. But if it is bad, we can go through that side. Just go to the north side. We can go a little bit longer, but it's usually good weather. It looks like we're gonna go through Mulia area and then go to, we call Point Yankee, and then we can decide to, will be going through freeway or going to north side. So there's two ways.
Good Roger, Mike Alpha Bravo, just past Siwa, 9,000, maintaining Nabre to Sapoidi.
Looks like we're gonna have a little bit faster, 7 minutes faster, but we'll see. Yes, Nabire is one of MAF base. It's not a big base, it's kind of in middle side. We usually hold 2 airplanes there. We usually have caravan, but they changed the program and now only 206. But later on in the future, probably we're gonna have there's a new airplane coming. Their name's Kodiak, and yeah, some area you can reach by transportation like motorcycle or even car. But most of the area here in Papua, especially interiors, airplane is the only one. Plus, it takes a while with cars or whereas like say you can go by airplane only 20 minutes, whereas you can go by car maybe in about 4 to 6 hours. Sometimes the strip is one in the middle and then there's another villagers in surrounding. So if they want to go somewhere, they gotta go to this village to be able to catch the airplane and go outside. Nabire is located by the beach, and then it's nice. You can see an ocean from there, and it's nice open area, open wide area. And there's a lot of people, especially the base. The guys in the base, they like to fishing or they like to diving, and Nabire is a good place for that.
Traffic Roger, Mike Alpha Bravo, just past Siwa, 9,000, maintaining Nabre